This is your one and only 𝙊𝙪𝙩𝙧𝙤 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting Atlas video. So I keep hearing people say that they're having issues finding land to claim. I don't seem to really have that issue. So today we're going to talk about claiming land. Let's get to it. So when I recorded this video, they hadn't released the patch notes yet that talk about basically renting land out or the neutral land and all that, or possibly removing the C claims. They've retracted that now, but keep in mind that while I'm talking about this and showing the stuff in this video, that still may be a future thing. They may just be holding off on removing them and still want to. And I'm still releasing this video because I understand that some people may not want to pay taxes or may not want to rent land from people. The other thing in this video that I want to talk about is I talk about stealing land from people, and I'm not 100% sure how that works completely, and I can't seem to find info that's definitive on that situation. I have some people commenting that it's the first 3 days are safe, then after that people can steal land. The wiki says something different, the patch notes say something different. So I'm just going to point out a few things here so that you can come to your own conclusions or maybe help everybody figure this out. So if you look at this patch note here in 6.5, it says can no longer claim unallied boats on PvE servers. Okay, that's unallied boats. That doesn't really mess with territory. But then it says PvE territory can only be claimed if the owner has not been active around the territory within the last 3 days. Now note it says can only be claimed if you've not been active in the last 3 days. Okay, so now if we come over here to the wiki and we take a look at what the wiki says, it says, in order to contest a claim, you must place your claim flag inside their claimed area. If the company of the claim area is nearby the claim, then the claim duration will not go down. After 3 days real time, you will be able to contest the claim. Then it talks about maybe if you're logged out in the claim that you still may not be able to do it, or it still may contest. And then I had a commenter comment and state, you did miss something on claims. It is a common misconception. You have a single, solitary, once only 3-day protection period for the claim the first time you take or make a claim. After said 3 days expires, going into the claim does not refresh that. If you did, it would effectively make taking claims impossible. After your one-time 3-day protection is over, anyone can contest your claim. Now, if you are sleeping or active inside the claim, it will pause the contest, preventing the claim lost. The flag owner can then show up, wait, and their presence will reverse the contest and ultimately destroy those flags. So after your 3-day protection, you will have to keep an eye on your claim. Anyone can steal it. If you are out at sea, you better have a bed to fast travel back and stop the claim. Now the situation with this is I've actually experienced a lot of random situations. I've been able to steal claims. I haven't been able to steal claims. I've had claims contested. I've placed down flags and it said contested even though that the person wasn't anywhere around. And I've also had flags that I've tried to place that said that it was upkept recently. So I'm not 100% sure how the situation goes. I just know it is possible on PvE to steal claim land, and it's not that difficult. Okay, so I just wanted to clear that up before we jump into the video here, because you're gonna see some situations where I talk about some of the stuff I've just mentioned, and I'm actually able to steal land in the video. Okay, so we are on official servers, 100% legit. This is my official account here. You can see, look at this massive map. I am indeed on official, and I'm actually on the PvE official. And that's where I hear people saying they're having a lot of issues. So we're gonna cover that today. So we're gonna start off with placing down the claim flags and finding land claims just in general, when you're out searching for a land claim, there's a few things to keep in mind. One, for the new claim flags, since they did an update because they fixed the way that claim flags work, you have to log on every 3 days. So the person who owns them has to log on and visit the claim or connected claims every 3 days. Otherwise, you can contest the claim. Now, if they did not replace their flags, the flags that were down before they made the change, they are considered a legacy flag, and you can actually contest those and claim over those flags. When you go to place down your flag like you see here, it will tell you, it will actually give you the option to contest the claim. And when you place it down, if you take a look at their flag, and let's just go over here to one of these flags. Now these flags weren't actually, they're all right, they're all updated, so you won't actually see it, but I can describe to you and show you the flag and show you what happens. All right, so here we have a claim flag that I know has been updated. So when I go to place my flag down, it tells me that it's going to contest it. However, it won't actually contest it. So when I place it down, you can see that it's immediately contested, and this flag here says claimed and it's not counting down. If it is a legacy flag, it will turn blue. Everything will happen just as you saw it happen there. However, when you look at the flag you are contesting, it will actually have a countdown timer on it in red, and it will count down from 30 minutes. Once that counts down, then your 10-minute timer here for your claim time will start counting down, and this flag will have disappeared. So after the 30-minute timer, this flag disappears, your flag takes over, and your 10-minute timer starts to count down for claiming that location. However, this location, and there seems to be two differences with the update. So right now, as you can see, this one just says contested. It says contested no matter what. I've known for a fact that these people aren't in the area, and it just says contested constantly. Now there's another situation that will happen where you won't even be allowed to place this down. It will just say that this area has been updated, meaning that they've logged in within the past 3 days. So the reason that I'm telling you this is don't just assume that because there's a flag there that they know that it needed to be replaced. You may actually be able to contest that claim and fight them for it. Okay, so now that we've covered possibly stealing other people's land claims, let's talk about finagling your way in around current claims. If you take a look at where I'm at here, you can see that it looks like most of this area had been claimed, and I wouldn't really be able to find a way to claim it. Now, if you notice, my area is actually overlapping a chunk of their area out in the ocean. So apparently ocean claims can overlap or something. I don't even know how that manages to work out, but you can see it's totally a thing, and it happened here. And I was able to get it just close enough to the shore that I was able to latch down and build like a little shoreline hut here, which is enough. I mean, honestly, I can climb all the way up to the side of this if I want to, or I should say build up the side of this cliff, or even use the cliff platforms to help myself build all the way up the side of that cliff. Now, is it the best living conditions? No, but it's a place to call home, and you should be able to build everything that you need to build within this little area here. And if we take a look, you can see where I place the claim flag at. It's pretty far out in the ocean. If I hold down my extended HUD key here, you can see that it actually wraps around back over that chunk of land there. And that's actually a flat place up there that if I wanted to, I could go up there and build up on the top of there as well. But then it goes all the way down, and if you take a look there, it actually loops over the back a little bit there. And as I stated already, overlaps with that other claim over there. And I've done this in other places too. So it is possible to kind of force your way into areas. You just have to swim out into the ocean, and I just use the boat. I just put the boat on like 10% sails and then sail slowly out away from the land with the land flag up like this until it turns blue, and then I know I can place it down and claim in that area. So after a quick fast travel to another location up here in the north on N3, you can see that I've kind of forced my way in once again. I just claimed the tip here, which was just enough. I could probably as well have claimed here. This is shallow enough that you could build up above the water, because you can place foundations in the water, so you could just stack them and build up out of the water. And I may have even been able to push it back far enough to claim an area here. I just didn't really try because the tip I saw here was easy enough to claim. And you can see that I claimed all of this area here. If I hold down, you can see that this whole little chunk of land here is now mine. Now, is it ideal? No, not by far. It's quite a travel over there to resources, to either of the islands, that one or that one over there. And I find it easier just to ferry the boat back and forth across when doing resource gathering. And it's a bit of a pain, but it's land I own, and I can build a shipyard and pretty much whatever I want to build here. We're going to fast travel real quick to another location where I actually stole land from. So this location here is also in N3, and it's on another island across the way. So if we take a look here, so that was the tip that I claimed there, and then I came over here and I was actually able to steal this land claim from the other person who did not update their flag, and now I own this chunk of land with an updated flag. So that just goes to show that it is possible to steal land from people. Now if I come over here, I think it's this one will actually give me the updated message. That's strange. For some reason I'm not getting the updated message. Maybe they changed how the flags work again. So here, this is another one that is actually able to be contested. You can see there that it's showing that it's declaiming the land. I'm about to die, but whatever. But you can see that it's actually declaiming their land now and claiming it as our own. So this wasn't one of the ones that actually shows the message. I thought it was. I'm not getting the message. That one over there, I wasn't allowed to steal. However, that one just gave me the contested message again, and they're not on. So I'm wondering if the flags maybe got updated again. But either way, that goes to show that you can still steal land from people. That's totally a thing. So of course, on islands like you see here on our island, once everything's been covered, you're not going to be able to claim areas like that. However, islands like you see here, where there's a ton of open spots. You can see that we claimed one there, and we can't see the rest of this, but it's very, very janky the way they claimed. You may even be able to fit one in here and overlap these other ocean claims a little bit. And like you see over here, in this area, may be able to fit a claim in here. Definitely fit one here, claiming this little chunk. So just look for breaks in where their claim zones are and try to just squeeze in a claim. Just go close to the land. It's going to tell you that you can't place one because, you have to contest their land claims or what have you. Point your boat outwards, put your sails at 10% speed. Sail slowly out to land, leaving that claim flag up. As soon as it turns blue, drop it. It's essentially what I did here. Up here, I knew that I was going to be able to claim this one. It wasn't a challenge. I parked my boat. I walked slowly offshore till I got in the water, dropped the land claim. This one, I just tried to steal them. I just kept going until I found one that I was able to steal. I was all along here. This area over here, I had tried to steal land from this guy. He knew what was up. He was online. He stopped it from happening. No big deal. So I know you're thinking, well, Fire, how can I do that? All I have is this stupid little raft. Go to a lawless zone. In the lawless zones, there is no claiming, and you can build wherever you want. You can easily build a small little hut and harvest the resources you need to build your small shipping dock. Build your small shipping dock. Build yourself a little sloop like you see here. Quick and easy to get around. As you can see, the pirate ships, the ships of the damned over there, they pretty much ignore the sloops now. I've come pretty close to them sailing around and having, they just ignore me. And the one that I actually sailed face first into, I was able to trail it for a very short time before it just lost interest. So the sloops are almost invisible unless you run smack dab into them, and they're a nice fast boat for just going out and exploring around. Check out my sloop video if you want to know more about how to build one of those for just navigating around. I have changed the design a little bit. As you can see here, I'm now using one medium handling sail instead of the dual sail combo. It's much slower, I'll tell you that, but it gives me a lot more control out there to deal with the wind. So let's recap. Step Step 1, go to a lawless zone with your raft. Step 2, build up, get yourself a sloop. Step 3, make sure you have everything you need on that sloop to go sailing around. Step 4, go sailing around to different islands. Up north is really good. Nobody wants to live up there. You're going to need fur gear. However, otherwise you will keep dying. Down here in the more temperate zones, it's going to be a lot harder to find an area, but you can. So once you get your sloop, once you're out sailing around, just start placing land claim flags down until you find an area. And if you find gaps, do everything you can to exploit those gaps. Spend some actual time in those gaps because you may just not be hitting that sweet spot. So kind of feel around with your flag because you can have the ship moving. You can just stand on the tip of it like you see here with your flag out, just kind of searching around until you find that sweet spot like I did there, and then place it down, and then you have a little chunk of land to call home. So that's pretty much it. It really is that easy. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. If you have any tips, leave those down there too. Those are always welcome. That is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like the comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.